Alright, page 5 now. Provide the structure that's consistent with data below. So C7H12, that's got 2 elements of unsaturation. Alright. Along with 2 elements of unsaturation, I see this 3310, which we would be looking at originally around 3300 at a NH or OH, but I don't have a nitrogen or a hydrogen, so this must be, oh yeah, along with the 2120, a terminal alkyne. Alright, do I see signs of that over here? Do I see a 1 hydrogen singlet? Yes, I do. Right there. That's got to be this hydrogen right there. And I see a relatively high doublet. Which is probably also that same location. I'm going to go ahead and highlight those. I'm pretty sure that's what those are. So, this hydrogen is that thing right there. And that carbon is this guy. Now this other one that's listed as a singlet, it's got to be the one right next to it. Because the triple bond has it very de-shielded. But it's not connected to any hydrogen, which would make sense. It's on a branch. It's off to the end. Alright, but I still have 5 carbons to take care of. And 11 hydrogens. That's got to be all these other guys. So I have a triplet, a multiplet, a quartet, and a doublet. Wow. Alright, I'm going to start with this 1 hydrogen multiplet. I know it's near a bunch of things, but I know it has to be near 3 things. And anything that's near it would be a doublet at least. I'm going to put these 3 hydrogens and these 3 hydrogens right off of it. So the 6 hydrogens that are doublets are near that CH. And the reason I don't see another doublet there is because one of these guys is attached. And then it's adjacent to something else. Alright, so let me highlight what we have here so far. What else we've got. So these guys are those. And they're going to be quartets down here, and they're going to overlap. They're going to be that guy right there. And this CH is this 1.7. I'm not fully sure how many peaks it is yet. It's at least a septuplet. But it's going to be connected to something else likely. These other 2 carbons that are missing. And that is going to be a doublet here. That's got to be this 27 doublet. Okay, that makes sense, because whatever's making this triplet and whatever's doing this 2 must be near this alkyne, which is the other end. And it's going to be a CH2 and a CH2. And that makes sense, because that's how many carbons I'm missing. I'm missing 2 carbons. And I'm missing 4 hydrogens. So it's got to be a CH2 and another CH2. And it makes sense that they're going to be connected. Are they going to be connected? Yeah. Alright, a triplet is near that guy. And the quartet is because it's near those 2 and that 1. Yeah, alright, so I'm going to have the alkyne at the end. It's connected to a CH2, which is connected to another CH2. That's these 2 guys, which is connected to CH, CH3, CH3. Now, color coding for the highlight now. This 1.4 is just one of these. And when I finally get it together, it's going to be the one furthest away from the alkyne. And it's going to be this low end triplet. And then the other one, this 2.2, gotta be this guy because it's closer to the alkyne. Yeah, I like that structure. I'm good with that. Alright. 27 then. C7H14O2, that is gonna have one element of unsaturation. Ester is likely. It's got the two oxygens, 1750. And a singlet up there confirms a carbonyl with no hydrogens. So that would fit here. And I don't see anything else that's really saying no, that's not it. Alright, but that only takes care of the one carbon and both the hydrogens. I still have 6 carbons and 14 hydrogens to take care of. 2, 5. Okay, that's going to take care of all my hydrogens. So I have a CH2, a CH3, and then 9 hydrogens that are all singlets. They gotta be coming off the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. I'm missing a 7th carbon. Clever. Alright. What I'm going to do with that missing carbon is have these guys come off of it. Yep, there's the singlet that corresponds with a totally all by itself carbon. Carbon with no hydrogens attached to it. Alright, so to get these 9 hydrogens that are singlets, I'm going to make all 3 of those connect to that carbon that has no hydrogens on it. Alright, now it is pretty deshielded, and it's the most deshielded there. I'm going to put it right next to that O that's part of the ester. Let's see, are these two attached? They are. Triplet and a quartet. So these two are together. That 2 hydrogen quartet is right next to this 3 hydrogen triplet. And that is deshielded, but not as deshielded as it would be if it was near now. It's just definitely near just that carbonyl. So that is CH2, CH3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hydrogens, and our 2 oxygens. Everything's accounted for. Alright. 28. C5H10O. Just going to have one element of unsaturation. It's just showing alkanes. So the O is probably then an ether. I got nothing that says carbonyl. Well, I don't have a lot here though. Alright, so I have 4 hydrogens and 6 hydrogens. So 4 hydrogens, a singlet, a pair of equivalent and lone CH2s. And this is a pair of equivalent and all by themselves CH3s. Okay. Those are equivalent. So when I build it, they gotta look exactly the same when it's all together. And another plus, that singlet is a carbon with 4 bonds. Okay, so this carbon with 4 bonds, I'm going to make a ring to take care of that element of unsaturation and explain why I'm not seeing anything useful here. So I have a CH3 here and a CH3 there, these two, and then a CH2, CH2, and they're connected to that O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all of our atoms. Let's see, does this make sense? So those CH2s are at 3.5, which makes sense, they're near that oxygen. And they will be doublets, or no, they'll be triplets. And they will be awfully deshielded because of that oxygen, so that makes sense. We explained this carbon is that singlet. Yeah, and this does make sense, because these guys are going to be very deshielded. They're pretty far away, and they will be quartets. Alright, yeah, so it's a 4-membered ring with an oxygen in it, and 2 carbons off the 3 position. Alright, 29. C5H10O2, very similar to the previous one, but now we have 2 elements of unsaturation. And this definitely says carbonyl, likely ester. This kind of confirms it's a carbonyl without any hydrogens, so I'm going to go with an ester. Alright, still have 4 carbons and 10 hydrogens to take care of. Have a 3 hydrogen singlet. So it's an isolated all by itself. Very deshielded. It's probably connected to that oxygen. My other 2, I have a 1 hydrogen seplet and 6 hydrogens doublets. Well, that's an isopropyl group. The doublet is caused by that single hydrogen, but it's got 6 hydrogens on it. And the 1 hydrogen is split into a septuplet because of those 6 hydrogens. So I got my fragment, I got the fragment, I got that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all my atoms. Alright, so putting it together, this very shifted CH3 must be connected to the oxygen of the ester. And on the other side is that isopropyl group. And explaining all these peaks. That's the yellow. Oops, that's not a highlighter. And it's going to be a quartet, but it's going to be deshielded some because the oxygen, I bet it's this 55. Alright. And the septuplet is this guy right here. It's deshielded because it's near that carbonyl, and it's also that doublet on the carbon. And then our final ones, those 6 hydrogens that are very shielded, are also creating that quartet. Alright, I think that gets us done.